Sasi from Filein Media sharing with you the top stories of today. In the Bihar Assembly elections, the NDA has achieved a sweeping victory and is set to form the government once again. The elections were held in two phases for a total of 243 constituencies. The votes were counted yesterday and the results have been declared. Post-election opinion polls had predicted that the NDA would win up to 160 seats. However, surpassing those expectations, the alliance led in more than 200 constituencies. As a result, the NDA will continue to remain in power. The BJP has emerged as the single largest party in this election. After the Bihar election results, the Congress is now accusing the Election Commission of teaming up with the BJP, blaming this for the massive defeat in the state. Senior Congress leaders say the real problem was the special intensive revision of the voter list. They claim around 65 lakh names were deleted, mostly from areas that support the opposition. Leaders like Ashok Gehlot and Pawan Khera allege that even after pointing out huge mistakes in the voter rolls, the Election Commission didn't act. They also say the model code of conduct was ignored, with cash and benefits being distributed during the campaign. In Kerala, former Trevarco Devaswam Board Chief N. Vasu has been arrested in a case involving gold-plated roof seats at the Sabarimala temple. During the temple renovation, these sheets were allegedly misclassified as ordinary copper, raising questions about possible diversion or misuse of temple property. The opposition parties UDF and BJP are using this arrest to attack the ruling LDF government, calling it a clear case of corruption and mismanagement. The LDF, on the other hand, says that the investigation is ongoing and promises more transparency and reforms into temple administration. With local body elections coming up, this case has become a major talking point as parties try to win voters' trust and highlight issues of honesty and governance. In Kerala, the High Court has kept its order pending on the state's plea to delay the voters' list revision. The government said the process clashes with local election in December, but the Election Commission said most of the work is already done. The court has now asked the state to approach the Supreme Court for a decision. The Supreme Court has rejected Tamil Nadu's plea against Karnataka's Mekadatu Dam project. The court said the plea was too early since the project is still being reviewed by the Kaveri Water Management Authority. It also reminded Karnataka that it must follow the existing court orders on sharing Kaveri water with Tamil Nadu. The Mekadatu issue has long been a flashpoint between the two states, with Karnataka pushing for development and Tamil Nadu warning of water shortage risk downstream. The Calcutta High Court has disqualified TMC leader Mukul Roy as an MLA. The court said he broke the anti-defection law by leaving the BJP and joining the TMC in 2021 without resigning. It is also said the speaker was wrong to let him keep his seat. This is the first time in Bengal's history an MLA has been removed for defection. Experts say the verdict sends a clear message: you can't change parties and stay in power. In Bengal, the Trinamool Congress has accused the Election Commission and the BJP of trying to delete voters through what it calls silent invisible rigging. The party says nearly 34 lakh Aadhaar numbers in the state has been deactivated, which could lead to mass voter removals during the voter list update. TMC leaders say this data shouldn't even exist because the UIDAI, the government agency that issues and manages Aadhaar cards, earlier claimed it doesn't keep state-wise records of Aadhaar cancellations. The Election Commission says it's just a routine verification process with the UIDAI, but the TMC believes it's politically motivated and is warned of protests and legal action. The Gujarat ATS has arrested Dr. Ahmad Mohiuddin Syed, a local doctor who allegedly tried to make deadly poison ricin in a lab set up inside his home. Investigators say he was taking online instructions from a Pakistan-based handler through Telegram. During the raid, officers found 2 Glock pistols, a Beretta, bullets and castor oil, which can be used to make resin. The doctor and the 2 others are now in custody, and officials say the plan could have been part of a larger terror plot. Pakistan's Defense Minister Khawaja Asif has made a big statement saying the country is ready for a two-front war against India and Afghanistan. He said Pakistan has faced such situations before and is fully prepared again. Asif's comments came after a suicide bombing in Islamabad, which he blamed on elements linked to Afghanistan. He also accused India of playing dirty at the the border, warning that Pakistan will respond strongly if provoked. Indian officials have called his remarks provocative and a way to distract from Pakistan's internal problems. The US is changing how it uses the H-1B visa, and it's creating a lot of discussion worldwide. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent explained that under the new plan, foreign skilled workers will be allowed to come to the US for a short period, not to settle but to train American workers. Once the training is done, they'll be sent back to their home countries. Bessent said this move was aimed at rebuilding key US industries like shipbuilding, semiconductor production, and advanced manufacturing, which have suffered after years of outsourcing. He also addressed concerns that foreign workers could take American jobs, saying that an American can't do that job yet. Thanks for watching. This is File in Media, connecting you to the world.